Now we have sound. How's that? Everybody better? Rocking out to the sound, and now everyone should be able to hear me just fine. Yes, yes, yay. We got Dan in the chat. We got Brian in the chat. G Ready, Tom, Non-Fam, the Herman Circus, JG. We got a whole bunch of people hanging out with me tonight. I appreciate everyone coming by. Let me go ahead and make this chat just one more time. Hey, when you get this thing out of the box, let me know if the Z lead screw is bent. Absolutely. I think that'll be one of the first things I notice. So anyway, it's been a long time since I have been live, and so I am a little rusty, I believe. Had to get all of this set up. One of the reasons that I was delayed last night, but I am here now. And let me know if there's any technical difficulties. Like I said, I haven't set this up in a while to do a live stream, so I had to get the cameras out. One of my cameras wasn't playing like it was supposed to, so I went to backup cameras, and so here we are. It is 7:37. I apologize for the delay, but we are going live now, and we got some of the usuals in the chat. I appreciate everyone new and old joining me tonight. Hopefully we will get some more people in here as we go. I do have a few giveaways for the evening, but I will pop that up here in just a minute, and we will start allowing people to check in for the giveaways. The printer this evening is brought to you by BIQU. They provided the printer. They were super stoked about getting this unboxed on this channel, which I can't thank them enough for. They have been big sponsors of this channel so far, and thank them very much for tonight. Now, no money has exchanged hands for this machine. They have just provided the machine, and they have provided some giveaways for you guys, and that's about it. If you want to know anything about the giveaways, I think I have all of the legalese stuff at the bottom of the description of this video. If not, I should have put it there. But anyway, you guys know how it works. You have to be present to win, because I have to be able to tell you you've won. There's going to be a Google form here in a little bit that you can put all your relevant information in, and I will be telling you all of the stuff that you can win tonight. We got 2 different prizes, but several of each. So I'm really looking forward to being able to give that to you. Excited for this one. What time is it? What time is Eastern Standard Time tomorrow? What? Don't understand that question, Killer Prince. Sorry. But anyway, like I said, if there's any technical difficulties with any of this stream, please let me know. I am going to make sure that my close camera works and that I do seem to have my onboard mic working. I'm a little hot, I believe, on that mic, so I'm going to pull it down just a little bit. Don't want to be peaking at all. For the release of the machine, what time do pre-orders open? So I have that here. Let's go ahead back to my widescreen shot. Let me bring up the web page. No, okay, so it is going to be, has it already started? That would be interesting. No, you can just subscribe. Let's see. Pre-order start 11:12 Pacific Daylight Time. I don't have a time. So that's a great question. I have no more information on the start of this than you guys do on the website. I should have asked that question. But I will say that I do think that they might pop into this stream before the end of the stream. But as you guys may know, it's about 7:30 a.m. China time. So until it's like 8, 9 o'clock their time, I don't expect to see them. So we got a little bit of unboxing here. Then I think that they will be showing up for the remainder of this stream, and we'll ask them. So be sure to stick around for the details on when you can pre-order this. They did really want to stop by, be here for the unboxing. I said I couldn't push it back any further. So they said, I think that they'll just pop in as soon as they can. But it sounds like I'm not the only one in this stream that might be getting one of these printers. I'm just the guinea pig. I'm just going to be doing it first. So we got 40 people watching now. I appreciate everyone popping in. Thank you, Killer Prince. Thank you, Jay Trower. Everyone for dropping in. Again, let me take a sip. I'm going to need that throughout this stream because I'm going to be using my voice quite a bit. Let me see if I switch over to the screen mode so that we can see what all the hubbub is about. Move this over here, move this over here, and then do a little bit of, let's see, and then if we do a little bit of transitioning, looky there. Okay, now you guys should be seeing the screen that I'm looking at, and I do seem to see my own voice still. So let's go ahead and take a look at the details of this machine, and then we will talk giveaway, which, you know, I know everyone wants to win something. Quick note, you'll need to use the shutdown command from the screen prior to turning off the printer. Good to know. It makes sense since it is a Linux machine. And they did send me a document that I was supposed to look at before this stream, but I have been absolutely slammed today. It was a busy day at work, a huge meeting at work today. Didn't have any time to prep for this until after work, so here we are. Anyway, let's take a look at this machine. Let's find out, before we even get it unpacked, what's going on. So we got the BIQU Hurakan. If you saw the thumbnail for this video, you'll know that they based this on the Lamborghini, which is a very similar name, but not spelled exactly the same, which is where my thumbnail came from. I was very excited to try out this printer. It's not big enough for me, but I like the technology in it. I like the things they've added. It'll be interesting to see, you know, how it all works, and then maybe you could mod it, make it bigger. We'll see. Anyway, so as you see, this is a pre-order that's about to begin. It is coming soon. Pre-order start tomorrow sometime. We're not exactly sure what time. We have the pre-order ending at the end of November, so you've got about half the month to do your pre-order here, and shipping sometime in November. So here we go. We're going to leave the text alone. We're going to just talk about it. This is a machine that was officially produced with the cooperation of Klipper. Let me see right here. It's got remote printing, of course, because Klipper's got remote printing. It's got automatic leveling, break detection. It's upgradable, which is fantastic. I know they're going to be selling a lot of upgrades. So you'll notice they've got a new display on this one. They have a new hot end on this one, which I'm really excited to see the new hot end on this one. It looks very, very different. I don't think I've seen it on any of their other machines. I'm looking forward to see how well it performs. We may not get to it all in this video, but there's what we've got. So as you can see, we see a little knob here, so we know we got some tensioning. We've got different ways of inserting cards. It looks like we've got an OS card, which is going to be our operating system. That should be our Linux Klipper installation. And then a MCU card, which is probably where we're going to put our files for printing. Again, we're going through this kind of quickly. I don't want to bore you with the details, but I do want to kind of go over it. This is their Manta board, which is a 32-bit ARM board running at 64 megahertz. And then it's got the Linux board, the board that's actually running our Klipper instance, which is a 4-core ARM board running at 1.5 gigahertz and have 512 megabytes of DDR3 memory. And like I said, it has official cooperation with Klipper. I think they're sponsoring Klipper now officially, which is fantastic. And they have included an accelerometer as part of the setup, which I applaud them for, because I have to say, if they wouldn't have done that, I think it would have taken away the Klipperness of the whole thing a little bit if you didn't have the accelerometer, which, you know, added to it. Obviously, it has the built-in Wi-Fi because, again, Klipper. And you can control multiple printers, apparently, from the same instance. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do that. We may not get to that in this video, but, again, this is something I was looking at as I was looking at the details just the other night. They have a dual heating board, which I haven't seen in any printer, any commercial printer at this price point. And instead of zoning it out into like 4 corners or something like we've seen on some printers that are going to be coming out, they actually zone this out into what is arguably the most useful zone of a printer, because this is how everyone prints. And you can print in just the center part, which will give you 100 watt of power usage. Or you can print the whole bed, which is 240 watts. I thought this was a fantastic idea. Actually makes more sense than 4 quadrants unless you were going to start carving your using your 4 quadrants of your printer different than what normal people do. But I kind of like this. Let's see, is there anything else to talk about? Again, this is their new hot end, and as they're showing it here, it's going to probe. It is super lightweight at 6 grams. If you notice here, it is dual-sided cooling, which makes me so happy. The number of printers that think they can get away with one-sided cooling does work on the majority of prints, but anyway, it looks like a nice hot end. Let's see, we've got the probe. This is your BL Touch, CR Touch BIQU equivalency. And they say it's ultra quiet at less than 50 dB. Perfectly, that's pretty normal for any printer that has reasonably small fans and is running these 2209 quiet steppers. You think the probe is 6 grams. Is the probe 6 grams? Yes, you're right. The probe is 6 grams, not the whole hot end. I should have known better. I'm just talking, but I appreciate the correction nonetheless. What else we got here? Does have a filament runout sensor. This looks like a pretty basic one. As they say, they call it a break detection or end of spool detection. It's not actually a motion sensor. Then they've got a lot of expansion ports, 100 megabit RJ45 port, dual USB, SPI interface, a lot of expansion here on the back. Or I like the idea of an Ethernet port. Then if you want to hardwire your printer, you can do that. Again, the OS card slot and the MCU card slot. Someone will have to tell me what MCU stands for in this instance. I think it just means this is where you're going to stick in your prints. And again, they are going to be selling some upgrades to this. You can buy a camera from them. You can buy an HDMI, higher size, higher quality screen. You can buy an H2 series extruder from them. They're going to have all of that available. But it does come with everything we need out of the box. And there are the specs. We won't go over all of those. We got some facts videos, but I think that about does it. So let's switch this back around again so I can see what I'm doing. And there we are with my chat window. Again, feel free to participate. I expect lots of interaction in the chat. And of course, go to all social medias, invite your friends here. I'm back live again. People have been asking me, hey Chris, when are you going to be live again? I'm back at it. This isn't the last printer I have either. I've got another printer over here from the good old days, and Creality wants you to know that they are still selling it, and it's even cheaper than before. I have another printer coming from a company that I often work with or have worked with in the past, and they want you to see that. So Jay is getting tired of me talking. All right, so what I'm going to do then, I'm going to share you guys the link to the giveaway form, and then I'm just going to start opening the box. So how about that? Let's do that. Let me find where is my link to this particular form. Share, and then, where's the send? Send. Link. Shorten it. Why do I want one so long if there's a shorter option? All right, I'm just going to send this. Everyone gets 1 entry. You only need 1 entry for the entire evening. So if you try to register more than once, don't. Here is the BIQU giveaway. We're going to do the wheel of names to draw these later. I will tell you when it's coming up, and I will tell you the prizes in a few minutes. But go ahead. We're going to be giving away some stuff from BIQU. They have provided the... There we go. We are going to do that. It is now pinned. So everyone, go register. If you want to win something for free, go register. And we're going to start opening this up. I'm going to see if I'm getting responses already, and then we will go ahead and go. I have a knife. No, that's not a threat. That is a promise that I'm now going to open this box and get everything going. So let's do that. I'm going to go ahead. Let's bust in this. As you can see, I haven't even opened it to make sure it arrived in one piece, that it didn't arrive busted. We are throwing caution to the wind. This could be a very short stream if anything arrived damaged, but the box looks overall whole, so I wasn't too concerned about it. There are all my names coming in. Thank you everyone for putting your names in the hat for the drawing that we're doing today. Everyone should see that form. Just go ahead and pick. Killer Prince wants to just win. Again, we haven't even told you what you're winning yet. You may not want it. You may not want it. Pronounce Hurakan. See, I don't know. We're going to go with Hurakan. That's what I heard someone actually put in the chat. So, unfortunately, I wish I was more of a car guy. Maybe I would know how you pronounce the Lamborghini. But let's go with Hurakan. There's no E on the end. It's Hurakan. Okay, let's open this up. Let me see. Let's do... How's that one right there? Let's do that. I like that shot. All right, I'm going to hit the camera. Well, let's see what they have. See, I told you I was going to hit the camera. Okay. There we go. Open it up. Open it up. All right, let's do it. So, there's this. What does everyone think I should do with this roll of filament? And we have tool bag. Tool bag. So we got lots of tools. We've got a USB. Burn it. Anyway. Trash it. See, this is what I was going to do with this roll of filament. Whoop. All right, there we go. So, you know, I just realized my logo is underneath, is on top of that. Let's move that over here. Let's do that. That's better. All right. Give it away. So just give away the spool. All right. Anyway, so let's go and do this. We have Accessory Kit. It has tools. It has zip ties. It has extra nozzles. It has our USB drive. All that good stuff. We have US power cord. Oh my goodness. Yep, we've got a duck. They wouldn't ship a BIQU/BigTree Tech product without it. Look, they even included our Ethernet cable, and look at this one. It's even shielded. They went the extra mile, gave us a shielded Ethernet cable. Very nice. We've got, this is our accelerometer. It is actually in a separate little bag. It apparently does not come pre-installed. So there's the accelerometer. Here is our user manual, which looks small and compact and easy to follow. And we have a Bowden Tube, which comes in handy apparently in step 9. We've got the filament spool holder. Let's go and pull that out. All right. We have our display. I do love the blue that they went with. It's a very nice blue. It's a good deep dark blue. Usual expansion here on the back. So it looks like a pretty standard display. They did not go overboard on the the display here. It's pretty standard, although the plastic's really nice, and that is a very beefy mount there. So good on them. And I've got stuff popping up. I was going to try to get rid of those notifications, but anyway, we're going to go ahead. Don't know what is on my case. Apparently, it's got a little bit of fuzz here and there. But anyway, there is the uprights. I'm going to just set that off to the side. I'm already noticing it does have a single Z-screw. But it doesn't look, so Brian was wondering if mine was bent. Doesn't look like it. Shipped with this protector around it, and it looks like it has made it just fine. But there is one Z-screw. I'm going to set that behind me over here. If I can find a spot to set it. I want to keep it safe. I do have fuzz all over it. I don't know what the deal with that is. Let's see what else we got here. This appears to be our X Gantry. I know that because it has our extruder on it. The extruder is very, very tiny. Whereas the probe also super tiny. They were talking about this probe being tiny. Yeah, it's not even as big as my thumb. It's big as about half my thumb. So that probe is extremely small. It is cooled on both sides. You got one here, and you got one here, and yeah, very lightweight indeed. All right, let's go ahead and pull that out. All right, it is, you know, we got more. All right, more. All right, and is this whole thing going to come out at once? It does look like it. So, well, it looks like I'm going to pull it off with the packaging too. All right. Awesome. All right, so this looks fantastic. Ugh. And there it is. One thing I can already tell you is fantastic. They included a flexible steel sheet. Look at that out of the box with the flex plate. Good on them. On the front, it had, just as I said, it has the OS card, and it's got a full-size SD card, what I'm hoping is for prints. It's got adjustable Y belt there. Look at this heating bed. I guess we're going to have to find out about this. This is really interesting. Let's see. Right here, you can see they have a switch. I'm wondering if this is how you choose how much of the bed to heat. There's a little switch right here. And tell you what, though, it's got a little wobbly going on here. It may need tightening on those. Anyway, we'll get to that in a minute. Let me see what's on the bottom here. We've got our switch here on the side. Go ahead and turn it over a little. And you guys, a lot of you, let me see how I want to do this. I'm going to leave that there? Yeah, let's just leave that there. And a lot of you have been on this channel before. You know how this works. On this channel, we take a look at the interior of the printer, not just the exterior. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to actually go ahead, take a look at what the inside of this printer looks like, assuming that I can get it apart. That is one of the cool things I like to do on this channel. Let me see which ones I need to get it off. That is too big. So let's go ahead and see what comes in this machine. Yes, yes, all the warranty voiding. That's what we're going to do here. But it does look pretty easy to get apart as long as that front panel doesn't turn out to be something that is holding everything together. We'll be doing good. We have seen a little bit of what is in it already. They were showing which board they used in the documentation online or in the advertising online, but I like to take a look. It also gives us a good look at their quality of construction. We can see what their wiring looks like, and all of that is good to know before you buy a machine. So that's what we're going to do. So far, so good. I can see right here, these are their stepper drivers. They're right up next to this grate, so hopefully that means some decent airflow. But yeah, I can see some of this through it. The power supply is right here. There's a fan over on this side. Do you guys think this is a loud machine? Not according to their documentation, it's not. And I wouldn't expect it to be. There's no reason it should be loud. Unless they've got the steppers, of course, turning up their volume as you get faster, which can happen. If you print fast, the steppers sometimes need to sometimes need to step it up a little bit. Like I said, we like to do it this way. Take a look at it. We got almost 50 people going on. If you have not entered the giveaway, you should go ahead and do that. The link is pinned, so go ahead and take a look. Let's see how hard this is to get off. Does it just slide out? Oh, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of how well they did that. So right here we have a power supply. It looks... can't tell you what brand it is. The branding is not on this side of the power supply, so I'm not going to guess what brand it is. It does not have a label on this side. I would have said something like, oh, it looks kind of like a Meanwell. In fact, if anyone wants to type in LRS-350-24, maybe you can find out what brand it is. LRS-350-24. So it is a 24 volt, 350 watt power supply. I'm not going to disconnect this fan right here, which is just an airflow fan. Don't really know what it's cooling because it's like in this area. I guess it just gets the airflow moving. It is a Meanwell. Okay, it did look like one. The case looks like a Meanwell. Okay, so Dan is thinking it is a clone of a Meanwell. All right, well, I don't want to pull it out. I don't want to pull it out, so don't know if it's a Meanwell, but it does look like a Meanwell. That's all I can tell you. But it's probably, if there's labeling, it's on the other side. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to pull this off to the side. Again, I don't know what this fan is doing except just bringing in some fresh air. So this is their main board. They are using ferrules, at least on some of the connectors. They've got ferrules on the, where's that go? The power input. Yeah, so they got ferrules on the power input. They do have everything nice and grounded to the chassis right here. Is there a Pi in it? Yes. So it's not a Raspberry Pi. What they've got is, what's it called? The, someone's going to beat me to it. It is their Pi clone because it saves them a heck of a lot of money, particularly when you can't find real ones anymore. So they have, I'm going through it. It is a Pi clone running an 8616 chip. It is a 4-core, yep, that's CBA module. Thank you very much, CB1. It's the CB1 module. So it's not a Pi, it's a Pi-like. There we go. Cost of the machine, we have that here too. Cost of the machine, pre-order price is going to be $369 in the US, $379 in the EU. Yeah, it's a CM4 replacement. Anyway, so they've got 4 stepper drivers. Obviously, we only saw 1 stepper for the Z, so they've got their 4 steppers here. And they have the, what you guys call it, the CB1 module over right here. So it's just as they said in the documentation. There's a lot of expansion on this board. There's a bunch of expansion headers here. And, you know, everything looks pretty good. They do have fuses on the high power lines here. I do wish that we had more ferruled connectors, but at least we're getting them from the main power supply, and at least the main power supply is grounded to the chassis right here. So yeah, it looks pretty good. I think everything looks as expected. They do have just extension cables for the USB and for the Ethernet, and they just go to the back of the chassis. Overall, cable management looks really, really good. You will see right here they've zip tied pretty much everything for us. Everything does have hot glue on it, but that's what you'd expect because they're shipping this and they don't want it to come apart. So hot glue, I've heard you can remove pretty well with some isopropyl alcohol, and other than that, it looks well. And I did notice this. If you'll notice right here, they've actually included a diagram of your entire main board. So this is a Big Tree Manta for M4P version 2.0, and they have the entire layout of the board right here underneath, so that if you need to mess with it, if you need to run any extra fan headers, if you need to move a driver over, all of the details are right here underneath this. You don't have to go to their GitHub to actually look this up. I think that's a fantastic touch. It's got a nice fan here. Again, this one's just for airflow. It's not blowing directly on anything. But they do have a fan right here that is blowing across this, across or one way or the other, either across or across, to cool off your stepper driver. So I think everything's built really well. I like their cable management. I like the ferrules on these connectors. I would have liked to have seen them on these, but I'm not going to overly nitpick those DC lines, although the ones to the bed pull, a decent amount. We do have, I think, most of it covered pretty well here. Yeah, I think this is for exhaust too. You saw that. This is the back side of the fan. If that's the case, then this is blowing this way, and then it is coming out here. So I do think that they do have their airflow managed. Not a lot of room to pull from. They're just going to be pulling from this area, pulling across here. Oh, that's how they're doing it. So if we put this back on here, you'll see they've got a little bit of space here where they can pull from. It's going to be pulling in some fresh air. Going across here, it can vent out a little bit here. And then this, I think, is mainly here because you got a big no vent area here and you can pull that from. I think they've done a good job so far. What's going on? Yep, it has come a long way. Need for ferrules on all things. Yep. Are the board ports directly accessible from the front of the printer, or are they using extensions? That's why I was telling you. They've put extensions out to the back of the machine. We saw that before. I can show you right here. So all the ports are on the back. So they have put a SPI port on the back. They've got Ethernet and USB 2.0 coming to the back of the machine. And then on the front of the machine, we've got our SD card slots. So let's go ahead and put this back together now. And then we will start assembly of the machine. And I actually may go ahead and do a giveaway as soon as I get this thing put back together. So all you folks that have shown up early, wanted to be here for the whole stream, let's go ahead and get you something for your patience. Make sure I get everything back together here properly. They did some very nice assembly here, and I want to put it back the way I found it. Is there a runout sensor? Yes, there is a runout sensor. It is a standard break sensor, meaning it just detects whether there is filament, not whether the filament is moving. But I do find that those break sensors are typically a little bit more reliable than the movement sensors, just depending. I have a fat cable somewhere. Let's find out. Oh, these are here. That's where it's supposed to be. I think everything looks fine. That's the fat cable. It's fine. I'm just going to do the other ones first. It'll line everything up a little bit better, I think. Flat cables. These flat cables are where they're supposed to be. Get these going. While I'm doing this, let me bring up the messages I have gotten from the fine folks at Big Tree Tech / BIQU. And what do we have here? So the giveaways for the evening are, we've got some $5 coupons. And those $5 coupons are going to be good. I've got, how many? 5 coupons that I'm going to be giving away, and those are $5 off an order of $25. So those are going to be your secondary prizes. And your big prizes for the evening is I've got 2 H2 V2S Lite extruders. And those are the extruders that can be used on this machine. So they're going to give me 2 of those extruders and 5 of their coupons to give away tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and in just a few minutes when I get this first thing put back together, we'll go ahead and give away an extruder and a coupon. And then we will go from there and just keep going. The $5 off of $25 ain't bad. They got some great stuff. You can use that on a new main board for one of your machines. You can buy, I'm assuming you can use it on this. I don't know. Maybe so. But I got 2 of the H2V2s. So what's everybody been up to? What machines are you digging? Besides this one. Obviously the most important one for the evening. Yeah, I know Lightspeed. I know you're waiting on it. I haven't had a chance. I'm not just going to say it because you tell me to. I'm not that kind of guy. Thanks, Lightspeed. Anyway, what else is going on? As you guys may have known, I released some new firmware last night. So if you are a Ender 5, Ender 5 Plus fan, I released new versions of my firmware for everybody that uses a Big Tree Tech board. So if you are a big fan of the Big Tree Tech hardware on the Ender 5 Pluses, I released those last night. That was a big deal for me. It's 2.1, it's 2.1.1 Marlin. And so if you have one of those machines, be sure to go check out my new firmware. I'm pretty proud of it. I did work with Marlin a bit to make sure I had the latest features enabled. So it's got S-curve enabled on it, which is supposed to make things nicer. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. He's trying to... See, he thinks he can just pay for it. And I'll just say what he wants. I'm gonna keep making you wait for it. I really am. I appreciate it, Lightspeed, though. Thanks for getting that. Thanks for getting the donations going, nonetheless. And so Dan talking about he's playing with his bears, which is good. You know, if you have some bears, maybe you live in the forest, have some bears to play with. That's cute. My daughter would love that. But has also been playing a lot with Klipper. Doesn't surprise me. A lot of people are Klipper fans now. That's fantastic. But we got coupons. Apparently that's new to Lightspeed. Let's see. What is S-curve? S-curve is a way of compensating for certain types of... Oh man, I'm just... Okay. S-curve is a way for compensating for certain types of movement in the 3D printing, and using that in Marlin will help some of the cornering that it does. I will be talking to the Marlin team, as you know, soon. So we'll find out more. We will find out more about the stuff going on with Marlin and some of the new changes. Anyway, I think we're back together. All right. You guys have distracted me enough, but I was still able to screw this thing back together. Let us go wide for a minute. And let's see. I don't think I've broken anything. It still looks like it's in one piece. We have some bags here. Let's find out. We got This Is Keep B. Yes, S-curve and linear advance play together nicely. That's what I have been told as well. So thanks for dropping by, Keith. Appreciate it. So let's go ahead and see what we're supposed to do here. First things first is we need the uprights. I know, you guys, you're going to keep going. You think I'm just going to say things for you just because you pay me money. let's just say, I mean, light speed's getting close there. But on the gantry first, but I'm reading the instructions. The instructions clearly state, well, step 1 is already done for us. So we don't need to do that. So we've already done that. Apparently, we are now supposed to put the gantry on, which kiloprints because light speed consigned for you. Okay, so we're going to keep going. So we're going to get to $100, and I'm going to say exactly what you tell me to. Well, maybe not. That sounds really, really dangerous, and I don't plan on... No, that's not going to be all that. So how do we attach this? Oh, so the thing they want me to do is actually take off the motor. They want me to actually take off the motor and then put it back together. So that's fantastic. Okay, so let's do that first then. I'm using my tools. It comes with tools. I don't care. I'm still using my own. So we're going to go ahead and pull off the motor because we have to add it. Light speed. Yeah, it's just gone wrong at this point. It really has. It's really, and I feel now if I don't pronounce it the way that he expects me to, it's going to all be for nothing. So if I say millimeter or milli, that's not what we're doing. Man, okay, so how do I put this together? Light speeds. I don't even know if I can. You know when someone asks you to do something and then you don't even know if you can do it that way anymore? So millimeter, is that better? If I say there are 50 millimeters, or this is a 220 by 220 millimeter printer, are we better now? Oh man, things I do. I guess if that's the worst thing I do on this stream, it hadn't been that bad. So we do need to put this thing together now, so it is going to worth everything. Oh man, let's go ahead and get this together. So they want me, so I took off the motor. Now I have to put it back together. And I wonder how many millimeters this is like high. Does anyone know from the description how many millimeters high this is? That's pretty tight. But honestly, it's better for it to be a little tight than a little loose. But right now, that's pretty tight. It's not going to be. It is 270 millimeters tall. Now we're completely changing it up. It's going to lose all meaning. Millimeters. All right, so I'm going to loosen this up a little bit. It does come with the wrench to hopefully loosen this up. I'm going to do this while it's easy to get to because it's just way too tight. Well, I can do it later. Doing anything live just has you questioning. Millimeters, there we go. I like how Jay Trower has put it in there. That's the way to go. And then once we've done that, we screw in our motor. So we flip it back over. At least with it tight, it's not moving around a whole lot on me while I'm trying to do this. So we can do that. And then we're going to lose the screws that it came with, which is the best part. Luckily, I didn't lose it. Yeah, I'm going to have to tighten those bad V-wheels really bad. So we're going to go ahead, tighten this up, and let's go ahead. Screw this on, and then reattach it. Love that there are notes. Remove the motor from the gantry, put the x-axis module on the gantry, pay attention to the direction, there are 2 M4 holes. Install the z-axis motor to the gantry, note, install the date to the copper nut, and then mount the gantry onto the machine. Okay, they keep this pretty easy. So we've got that. Put it together poorly? I have to say, putting it together poorly would not make this a very fun first print. I really don't think it would. I could be wrong. I mean, depending on how poorly I put it together, it could be very interesting. But I'd rather not. It sure isn't a good way to get on their good side for future videos. I'm not here to, you know, talk them up or anything, but putting something together poorly, not a good idea. Real test of Klipper. If I put everything together too loosely and do a really bad job of it, can Klipper compensate for the crap job I've done at assembling my printer? That'd be something new. I think all these printer manufacturers would be jumping at the chance of compensating for builders that don't know what they're doing. All right. Let's go ahead and we need to attach it, and there are 4 screws that go under the bottom to attach it properly. And there should be, yeah, I am going to go ahead and tighten those up because that's rough. I'm trying not to set this thing down on here right. Yeah, because that is, I don't know why they ship them so loose. I mean, have they found that shipping them with loose rollers down there is the best way to, it's also not flat. Oh, that's because I'm sitting on this cable over here. But I don't know if they have found that that's the best way to protect it or not. But definitely, they ship every one of these loose on every printer I've gotten lately. In order to really test this, I need to get these cables out from underneath this foot. So, there we go. Now let me tighten this up. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Hope I'm turning it the right direction. There we go. How we doing? That looks good. We tighten that one up a little bit more, and then I think we will be good. So I'll check the instructions to see where they tell me to do this, but I just know better, and it's easier now than when I've got the Gantry installed. So that looks good. What do we got? Yeah, they ship it loose on the X and Y, and then blocks the right on Z. We're kind of tight. I think shipping it loose keeps you from having, yep. Okay, that makes sense. At least no dead spots on the wheels. Haven't under Pro BIQU Tech motherboard with BIQU Tech TFT Pi 5. We have firmware work on this screen. I can ditch the Pi. My Marlin firmware won't work with the Pi screen. The Pi screen is specific for running a Linux installation, so that's different. There we go. The URL thing immediately. Yeah, I can see that. Okay, so the instructions have the wheel adjustments at the end. See, Brian's already been through this. Brian, I should just have him live right now, going through all the stuff that he's already done and beaten me to, because apparently he's already got expert level credit this. Let me go ahead, and that's the back. This is the front. And we're going to just screw this on here. We've got, boom. I'm a professional. You can tell how I just pour things out on the table. And how I was so prepared. So, yeah, since I was so prepared, I can use my mouth to open everything up, because any other way of doing this would have been way too boring. There we go. And there we go. We're going to get it kind of nestled in before I tighten everything down fully. I do like they do include the ball head Allen wrenches, whatever you want to call them, hex wrenches, which is fantastic. It makes installing at all different angles easier. There we go. And we'll tighten this up. Notice I'm against the table, but because they included these ball head wrenches, I can actually still tighten it. Makes life a lot easier. All right, I should be able to tighten this down now. I'm actually not, I'm not even going to worry with trying to square it up. We will check square after I tighten it down. After all, with 4 screws in here, there shouldn't be a lot of play. At least I hope not. There we go. Let's push this off to the side. All right. Ugh. Okay. Let's see how square we are. All right. That is pretty darn square. Yeah. You can probably see right there, there's no light coming out between there. And I'll do the same thing on the other side. It is, yeah, that's extremely square. Very, very nice. Love it. Good job, guys. Square printer, good cabling. Happy so far. And how much does it move on me? Doesn't move at all. It's really, really solid. There's no give in this Z gantry at all. So that's great. Let's see what's next. So mount the gantry to the machine base, install the filament bracket. All right, let's go and do that filament bracket then, which, you know, we might need. It's got, I still don't know what all this fuzz is on here that I've got. Just from packing, or actually this is probably from when these things were still covered in plastic. A lot of these extrusions come in plastic. And I think that's what we're dealing with here. So where are the screws? Did they, oh, so they're not tapped screws. Crazy me thinking they were tapped. Now, it allows you to move it around a little bit, but they do include the, just some usual step 5. Yeah, this is step 5. And we're just going to use usuals. Some of these T-nuts. Go ahead and pull it up here. We're going to do a drawing here in a minute. I have been hanging out long enough talking to you guys, and it is about time to do a giveaway. We got 35 people. Let's see how this is going. We got 63 viewers. 35 of you have entered the drawing. Check the pinned post in the chat if you want to know how to enter. We got 64 viewers, and we need, 36 responses. Let's get some more names in there, and then we'll give away our first extruder. How's that sound? Let's do that. Bringing back up the chat. Okay. Let's go ahead and assemble this. I don't think it's super exciting, but just in case you want to know how it's done, I'll make sure I'm blocking the view just in case you want to know how it's done. So we take the washer. I think the washer is going to go on top. And we're going to put together one here. My guess, and I actually didn't clarify this with them first, but we know that BIQU ships worldwide, so I think we're okay. If for any reason they can't ship to one of you that wins, I will have to pass it on to the next winner. But I'm going to assume that they're shipping this worldwide. So I think everyone is eligible. All right, so the extruder's in the back, so I'm going to assume I need to put this towards the back, and that is how they're showing it. So we're going to do that. Is that good? No. I'm going to hang it off the side over here. I think they may not have assembled this right. Yeah, I think I may have to reassemble this because there's no way to hang that off the right direction with the way that they've got it set up. So I'm going to go ahead and put this on the edge over here. Let's go ahead and tighten it down. I'm just putting it all the way to the edge because it does need to come out all the way over there. It's not a big deal which way the spool faces, Brian says. All right, I believe you. I mean, I realize it's not that sharp of a turn, but they did show it the other way in the instructions, and it's really easy to turn it around. So I'm going to turn it around. But I agree with Brian. You could go it either way there. There we go. All right, now I used the washers on the top, and everything sits just great. No problem at all. So I think, yep. We are mostly assembled here. That is the spool holder. Next up, we got let's go and do a giveaway. You guys have been sitting around here long enough. Let's do that giveaway. So if you are not signed up, I know Eric just showed up in the chat, and Eric probably isn't signed up for this giveaway. So Eric, pinned post, BIQU giveaway. Go fill out the form real quick. I will give you guys like 1 minute to sign up if you're not. I will take a sip of my refreshing beverage. If you don't have a refreshing beverage, go take a minute, get you one. And then we'll do this drawing. Again, you have to be present to enter. I will ask, are you in the chat? And I do need a response from you. And then I will cut and paste that into a wonderful text file. And Lightspeed is the one that should win, right? Okay. No favorites here in this chat, except Lightspeed. So, let me see here. Ohio here as well. Let's see, what do we got? Nope. All right, let's do this. All right, I'm going to close out we got 45 entrants. I'm going to go and close the responses for the moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Oh, 46. We got one person in just in time. All right, I'm closing it out, not accepting responses just for a little bit. And now I'm going to get all of these responses. Let's go ahead. I'm going to create a new spreadsheet. It's going to open it up for me. I'm going to get all of your YouTube names off this spreadsheet. And that is what I'm going to use to draw for this prize. Sorry, if you missed this one, I am so sorry. But there will be another one, so don't fret. We got some more to give away. Let's go ahead and take these names. I'm going to pull up my wheel of names, and I'm going to cut and paste it. And let me go ahead and do a swappy here on the monitor so that you can see what's going on. And I'm going to switch to the screen share. There we go. Everybody see what's going on. Let me know when you see it. Let me know when you see it. I'm not giving away. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. We got it? Oh, let's see. Yeah, you know what I'm missing? That's what I'm missing. My chat. Got it. We got it. We got it. Okay. Fantastic. Well, let's do this drawing. First drawing. Let's start out slow. We're going to give away one of our $5 cards. So $5 coupons with a capital Q. What am I doing? Oh, okay. So we're going to give away one of our $5 coupons. So if you want a coupon, here we go. We're going to shuffle, 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 shuffle. And then we're going to click to spin. You should be hearing it too. Uh-oh, Sebastian, you have won a $5 coupon to BIQU's online store. I will get you that information later. I see that you are in the chat, so I'm going to go ahead and cut and paste that over to here. And you have a coupon, and it is for $5. And look, just so that you know for sure, see what I did there? It even says coupon. So we are good to go. All right, next up, we're going to remove this, and we're going to go ahead and give away one more. We're going to go ahead and give away one of those 2 extruders. So let's go ahead. We've removed him from there. We're going to shuffle, 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 and we're going to go again. Let's do it again. Major Gamer Geek, you have won an extruder. And I'm going to save that to my handy dandy notepad. Are you here? Let me see you. I don't think I've seen you post yet. Let me know that you are here and you are live and that you are still with us. Otherwise, I have to send this to someone else. Da, 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 da. I'm going to take a sip of my beverage. Make sure Major Gamer Geek can't at him. That's going to be real sad. Let me try 2. Is Joel Evans saying that he said I could have it? No, that's not how this works. What is going with Joel Evan there with those symbols? Okay, if we don't have a Major Gamer Geek, I think we're going to have to give it to someone else. Da, da, da. Okay, we're going to remove, and we're going to give it to someone else. Let's do it again. For the extruder. What about Nat? We got Tater? Is Tater here in the chat? Let me see. We got a Tater? Like Toe Tater? No, that's not a thing. I got Nat Breeze. Okay, that's a Nat Breeze. I see Nat Breeze. So Nat, you get it. Since the previous contestant did not get it. So fan-freaking-tastic. And just so you know, we again, coupon and extruder. I'm sorry. There we go. So you got that one. Okay. So there we go. And we're going to remove, and we will be back in a minute with some more giveaways. We're going to have one more extruder and about 4 more coupons, and we'll be ready to go. So, moving things back around the way I need them to be for the stream. Good job, Nat. Congratulations. I don't even have one. So there we go. Not that I'm salty about it. So we're going to keep building here after I bring this back up and move it to the right thing. And there we go. And there we go. Now I can see your chat again. Okay, so let's get this thing put together. How long have I been going? Ooh, too long. Almost just an hour. Okay. Let's go ahead. Next thing it says to do, we installed the screen. So we get our screen. Let's do this. We do a close-up. Keep that wide shot there. So we got our screen. Let's do the peel. Go and do it now. That was satisfying. That was very nice. All right, so to install this screen, we need M5x8s. Yep, step 6. And we're going to go ahead and get that installed on the side of the case. goes down here. Pretty simple. Hearing those new subscribers, I appreciate everyone. And I'm turning on and off this printer here. There we go. We see these screw holes here. And let's find out what size wrench we need. If you're curious at home, that is a size 3. All right. All right. Pretty easy. Got 65 people watching. Oh, you know what I need to do? I need to turn back on that giveaway. So as soon as I get this where it needs to be, I will do that in case you haven't entered. I'm actually surprised they didn't go bigger on the big screen, but they could be really pushing for that upgrade. They make a big bunch of screens, and they may be pushing for the low price on kind of the initial entry here, and then it's up to you to spend a little bit more money on the screen. That may be what they're going for. Let's be honest. You can get in cheap and then spend a little bit extra yourself on the upgrades, which is nice. I don't mind that at all. Your interface, your primary interface is going to be through the web, and then from there you can, you know. All right, so next we're going to do wiring. We've got the Z motor axis cable. So that's down here, and that just plugs right back into here. All right, I'm just following their instructions. I don't want to miss anything. Extruder motor cable, labeled E. So we have these two sets of cables here. We are going to have to cut that. I'm going to get some snips to do that because I don't want to cut my cables. So we got snips. Let's cut that cable. And another set of snips. Cut that cable. Now we're ready to go. All right, so I don't think they have any way that they're telling me to route these cables, at least not yet. So let's go ahead and they want to do the motor first. The motor is going to be this one. That's X, actually. So that's different. Where's that one go? That must go to the extruder. All right. There's E. So the extruder motor goes here. And yeah, I wish that they had a bit bigger instructions. I feel like they are too tiny to really get an idea of how the cable's routed. But anyway, there's E. And then we've got the filament runout detector with the 3-pin labeled E. Is that labeled E also? Yeah. So this one goes here. And you guys can't see anything, which is great. There we go. Plus you can see the other side of the room. There we go. All right. And now they want us to do the X-axis, which is the other one, which is down here. And that is labeled X. And then we have the X limit switch, which is also labeled X. And that is down at the bottom. But where did they run it to? Okay, this is the one I think they want me to run under here. And then I agree you can get larger PDF at the bottom of the Hurakan's via. Okay. Apparently there's a larger PDF, Brian says. Ugh. But yeah, the little manual it comes with doesn't really show you much. All right, that's better. Okay, and then they've got the screen cables, oh, the print head cable, which I'm wondering, do they want me to take this through here? Do they really show how they want to take it? Not really. He's saying that there's an installation PDF that's on that original page. Well, thank you, the Bigfoot. I appreciate you dropping in just for this. Hope I don't keep you too much from work. Brian says that there is a PDF installation guide. There is, let's see, file downloads. There is the English manual. Brian was correct. Not that I had any doubt. I'm glad that you guys all showed up for the millimeters. I'll keep talking about it. All right, so let me just go ahead and do a screen share on here, and then you can see what I'm looking at. So here is the PDF version of this. So we're going to make sure that I'm running these cables the way that they want me to. I've already done these steps. Yep, so far I'm looking like I'm supposed to. Yep. Interesting. That's a step I haven't gotten to, or do they have that? Did they move the Z limit? What's the story there, Brian? Yeah, this is a little bit different than the instructions we've got. Go down just a bit. Note the printer is equipped with a BIQU microprobe. The Z limit shouldn't need to be installed. However, if you wish to have a Z limit, okay. Thanks, Brian. Brian's already been through this. I try to go into this a little bit more raw. Brian's already had to do it. So they've got this attaching somewhere around there with like a cable. Okay, I see what they're doing. So they've attached it right here. They take that under there. Okay, I'm good with this. All right, and let's keep going. And then we're going to connect those, which is pretty much the way you'd expect. We've already done all of those. And then they want me to install the Ptfe tube. Okay. All right. Let's do that. Okay. Obviously, like you said, this comes with a probe. I should have realized that. It was in the instructions, so I was questioning it, okay? That's all it was. All right, so here they have, let me see, I need to minimize this so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so nope, can't see that. So right here on the back of here, I think they want me to take and zip tie this to here so that it moves up and down with the printer. Although I definitely don't want to zip tie it too tightly. Otherwise, it's not going to move quite as well. I'm going to kind of leave it loose. I'm going to zip tie that there, and then I'm just going to take this, and they've got a locking connector. Ugh. Right here, they have a locking connector that locks that into place. So I'm going to take it, and it is also keyed. So the key goes on the front, that goes in there, and we're going to push that down, and it will lock in place. There it is, locks in the freshness, as they say. All right, and then let's go ahead and do the Bowden Tube, which is nice. They do include blue Bowden Tube. Don't know if the diameter is of high quality, but it's of high quality color. So we're going to attach our end of our Bowden tube, goes right there. And then we're going to tighten it down. There we go. And then we're going to go ahead and push this in first. We're going to push it all the way in until it will not go in any further, as the instructions state. Because that's probably, yeah, there's no way that this is all metal. So we're going to go ahead and tighten that down. Do they include any locks for that? No, they don't. I don't see any locks for the end. So, okay, I guess they don't think we need it. Maybe it doesn't move a whole lot. Looks tight. All right, and then we're going to attach this to this. We're going to push it all the way in. Make sure we've got full range of motion here, and we do. This belt is good and tight. The Y belt is also good and tight. All right. Let's see, what's next? Is it high flow? That's a good question. Until I have a chance to pull it apart, I won't know. I don't know. Brian probably hasn't pulled his apart either to know how high a flow that is. If you do, Brian, let us know. Let's go ahead. According to the instructions, let's go with the sheet here. Yeah, I did think, Brian. Not the first thing we typically do is disassemble the hot end. All right, now they do have a step right here. They do have a step that says make sure you tighten up the bed, which I have already done, and then make sure that all of these rollers are also at the proper tension. So I did think these were too tight, because I really do think they are, so I'm going to loosen those up a little bit. I can go the right direction to loosen them. I think that's the wrong direction to loosen them. Oh, that giveaway. Thank you so much, Kenneth. I will reopen that giveaway right this second. Giveaway has been reopened. Thanks for reminding me. Please keep me straight on things like that. That's fantastic. All right. Going to get this loosened. There we go. All right. This one's still too tight. Well, if I can figure out which way it goes. Well, there may not be a real loose way to get this one in here. It's okay. Not finding the... Everywhere I'm going is tighter. So I don't think that there is a particularly great loose point here. So I'm just going to put it somewhere in the middle and hope it's good enough. Let me see if it moves all right. It does move okay. Make sure all my wheels are moving appropriately. They are. This one's a little tighter than I'd want it to be, but I think it's fine. Definitely fine for right now. All right, and then of course our X gantry, which feels pretty good. Might be a little tight. Too loose. Still too loose. Actually, that one came pretty good. Okay, I'm happy with that. Happy with this one. This one I think might be a little too tight, but it's probably all right. Okay, let me switch back. All right. I understand I wasn't showing you exactly what I was doing, so let me point. So pointing a little bit. So this is the adjustable one here. I was just tightening and loosening until the wheels basically, I want them just tight enough to make it move, but I don't want it so tight that they're pinching. Same thing on these. So the interior ones on both of these are the ones you can tighten and loosen. They're both right here. And then under the bed, there are two on one side, and the other two are not adjustable. So you're just going to adjust one side of that bed right there. All right, so all of those should be adjustable now. One thing I did not do, underneath the display here, let's go ahead and attach these. And we have, these should be labeled. We have EXP2, which goes right here. We have EXP1, which goes right here. And so, wow, that EXP1's a bit tight, but I think it's fine. All right, so now those are attached. Good, good, good. Okay, yeah, that's a good idea. So Brian is suggesting I take one of these zip ties and go ahead and zip tie one of these up here. Good idea. Brian's mentioning that to him, the little cables underneath the feet don't like to stay out from under the feet. I'm guessing the only good way to keep them from going under there is just to not move your printer around too much. Anyway, I think this looks good, right? That looks pretty good. All right. According to this, now we need to make sure that we have our voltage set correctly, which really? Okay, hold on. Shine a flashlight, the sticker is clear. Okay. Cell phone? Yeah, cell phone will work. It said his defaulted to 115. Okay, mine is also 115. Okay, so yeah, it's pretty far in there. I don't know if I'm going to be able to show it to you on camera effectively, but right here there's a window. And way inside that window there's a power supply with the voltage selector. So if you need to change it, you peel this off and you can change that right there. There we go. How big is the bed? It is 220 by 220 millimeters. And I've been paid to say that, but not by who you think. So the voltage is set. I think they're telling me now it's time to turn it on. Hey Brian, what did you do with the sensor? Because they sent me instructions on what to do with that sensor. Did they send you instructions on what to do with that sensor? Sensor I'm talking about is right there. Yeah, 235 by 235, 220 printable. I haven't done anything with it yet since they didn't. All right. Well, let's go ahead. Is everyone entering the giveaway? I think I'm about to give away $5 coupon. So please check that out. Go ahead and sign up, and in just a couple of seconds I will go ahead and give away another coupon. So I've done the... All right, I've done that. Now it tells me all about the display and how I can home and make sure everything's working and how I can do a manual level and a clear mesh and get everything leveled properly. And then, yeah. And then I can insert some filament. And there's Z offsets. And that's nice. And there's Cura. All right, so lots of instructions here. Okay, got it. Got it. I do want to check real quick. Like I said, they did send me instructions over for Let me go ahead and, they did send me instructions over on what to do with the accelerometer. So I'm going to check on that real quick. That seems pretty important. Seems like something that everyone will want to know about. So I have to go to my messages. And where did they send it? Oh, you know what? They put it in my email. In my email. All right, logging in. BIQU. They did send me over the user manual, and they have sent over this. It is loading. The resonance compensation, how to wire it. Here, I'm going to show you what I'm looking at. So here is the document that they sent over to me. And they show me how to attach it to the front and how to wire it to the back. And then how to use the shaper to do all the testing. So this definitely looks like something I want. Yep, and how you can attach it to each of the beds. Look at there. So you can attach it to the gantry and you can attach it to the bed to measure the resonance. So this is, I think, too much for this live stream. I'm not going to do all of this here. But this does show you, and I'm glad I brought this up for everyone to see, how to do the resonance testing with their accelerometer attachment. So this is really, really cool. All right. Let's go back here. And then bring back up there. So now everybody sees how to do that. Yep, after a while. Okay, everybody's anxious. Let's do a quick giveaway real quick. I'll send it to you, Brian. Don't worry. Let me go ahead. I'm going to close the responses. I've got 56 people in for the next one. Let's go ahead and give away 2 coupons. I'm going to close that out. Let's go ahead and open. I should have 56 people. I do. Let's go ahead and grab all those YouTube names. And if you've already won and I draw your name again, you don't get to win twice. That's just the rules. I make them up. All right, so now we are going to pull this over here. Go ahead. Where is my chat? And where is my chat? All right, there we go. Good luck, everyone. We're going to do 2 coupons. And go ahead and shuffle. Oh, no one can see that. Now we can. All right, we're going to shuffle. And then let's go ahead and do a drawing. What do we got? The next winner is McNeil. Is McNeil in the chat? Let me see from a Mr. McNeil. And I'm going to take a sip while McNeil is responding. There we go. McNeil, you will be receiving a $5 coupon for a $25 purchase. And all of these will be getting to you guys, I'm hoping, tomorrow. But again, I have to get them the information, and they have to get the information to you. So let's do a drawing for one more. All right, let's do another one. Is Shaw Dell 3D here? Shaw Dell 3D. This is for a $5 coupon off of a purchase of $25 or more off of the BIQU/Big Tree Tech shop. There we go. We got one more. Cutting and pasting that for you now. So we still have 3 more prizes for the evening, but I know everyone is in a super big hurry to go ahead and get this going. So let's do that. Go to the wide shot and figure out where we are. Okay. And I think we're about ready to go. Too many windows. Sorry about that. Okay, so let's go ahead. Instruction manual. Let's go ahead and do their instructions. Go ahead and work on my secondary camera here. I'm going to pull off to the side things we don't need anymore. Let me do a little bit of cleanup so that I don't make a mess of things. It does come with an extra nozzle in case you wear out your first one or damage it in any way. Okay. If you choose to print the boat file from the SD card, it's larger than a standard Benchy, maybe 150%. All right. Well, I guess we'll find out what Klipper can do with that. Tell me, how's Klipper going to do without input shaper being set up and configured and going yet? That's the question. Let me go ahead. I'm going to turn it around this way because you need to see this as much as I do. There we go. Hopefully you can see all right. All right. Let's go ahead and get the cover off of here. So again, it does come with a nice coated piece of sheet steel. It's a nice print pad. Double-sided even. Double-sided, even shows the zones on here. So this is one heat zone, and then there's the larger heat zone. Put this back down on here. I'm keeping my fingers off of the center of this. The magnet is plenty strong. Oh, you know me, Brian. I bet you we can speed up the speed of the printer. We'll just turn it up. We don't have all night. Okay, so let's go and grab us a plug, which I already have some American plugs down here. Okay, it is turned off, so I can plug it in. We're going to turn that on. Up, I hear our probe. It is good and loud. BIQU HURAKAN. I've been meaning to say that the whole time. HURAKAN. All right. OS card must be ready before power on, or OS will start up in 45 seconds after it. Okay. Yep. Fans are off when it's idle. I hear no fans of any sort. So I haven't set up the SD card at all. All right. It will take a minute. Oh, look, we've got a light too. So there's a light under here. You can see that. I know I can see it on the screen. So there we go. And then notice let me go ahead and switch it over. There we go. So we are powered up here. Temperatures look good, which means that those are set up. Current feed rate is 100%. No fans are running, which is good. And I like the light on here. It looks real nice. RGB light on the nozzle and for the LCD backlight looks really good. Nice and bright. Yeah, I really like that. All right, so we click, and then we go to, we're going to follow their instructions. We go to Control, and then we're going to Home All. Trying to get as much here in the shot as possible. You're going to see that come down in Home. So that worked. Nice. All right, next up we're going to do a manual level, going around manually leveling it. Manual level. And then it said to clear the mesh. Is that supposed to give us any feedback? I don't hear anything. We're going to do it one more time. I guess there's no feedback. I would have liked a beep there or something just to let me know that it did it. And then we're going to do left front. All right. And I'm supposed to just eye this, I assume. We just want it to be touching. All right, I'm just going to eye it then. Looks good. Use paper. Brian just told me to use paper. How much paper am I supposed to use? I don't like paper. Do they want it 0.2? Check voltage screen. Platform leveling. Place a piece of A4 paper between the nozzle and the print bed. Adjust the bed. See, this isn't A4. I don't know. Okay, so this is my paper. We're going to assume that it thinks paper is about 0.2. So I'm just going to pick, we're going to go with a 0.18 millimeter. I'm going to use a 0.18 just because I think that's about where they expect paper to be at. So I'm going to use my feeler gauges here. All right, that's good. And then we're going to go right front. It's quiet. It's really quiet. I like the sound that it makes. It's nice. I'm going the wrong way. I have a bug. Oh, it just cut off my light. Not exactly sure why. Starting to wonder if, why is it pushing it down so far? All right, I got it just far enough, but it barely goes. Like the springs are compressed a whole lot more on this side than it is on this side. But as long as it'll fit, I'm not going to complain. All right, that's good. All right. All right, that one's good. Let's go back around one more time before I even do the center. I've adjusted them so much, I want to make sure that we're not wasting our time. Although, oh, never mind. right front again. Yeah, I've got a little bit more to move now that I've adjusted everything. I'm glad I'm going around again. Get caught a little bit. Okay, and we'll do it again, and then we'll check the center. I don't blame you from going around 3 or 4 times. I really don't. I would if I wasn't doing a live stream. Actually, that's really good. I'm not complaining about that at all. It looks good. All right. So, platform leveling, clear mesh, back and forth. Okay. When the thumb screen, okay. Insert. Okay. That's it. All right. Of course, now we can do system config stuff, and let's find out how far we can get without setting up Klipper from a live stream perspective. But I think that that's really good. Let me go ahead. I want to bring back up the that manual I was looking at. Okay. Tuning of the nozzle. So it wants to go ahead and push the filament to the pointy, cut a pointy tip. Yeah. Insert the filament. Okay. Tuning of the nozzle height. Okay. Yep, we know how to do that. Yep. Pretty sure I'm familiar. Alright, we got a lot of Cura stuff. Tells us how to set up our Cura settings properly, and there's how to print a benchy. Okay. Don't pull out the micro SD card while it's turned on. Okay, machine will freeze immediately. Power down the machine, transfer the G-code file back to the micro SD card folder. Really? Huh. Okay. So that micro SD card holder is going to be used for both. At least that's what they're telling me now. I have a feeling that this card can be used for other things, but they're telling me you need to power down the machine, put this on here, and then you'll be good. I'm guessing this is where people, of course, go along and just, upload it remotely. You can print from USB. You have 2 USB ports on the back. All right, good to know. Does this actually have anything else, or is this just the reader so that we can do our settings and all? Yeah, that's just a reader. Okay, there's no extra SD cards. Okay. Okay, so we can print from the SD card now. There's a boat, a cat, a 20 by 20. I'm going to get a mesh. Everyone's just like, oh my God, he's going to print without a mesh. No, I'm not. I'm not going to print without a mesh. All right, I just wanted to print. I wanted to go through the instructions first. I should have had them up here. Of course, I'm a nitwit for not showing you what I was looking at. Let's go back through it real fast. So they are showing print via micro SD card. If you want to put it on the micro SD card, you need to put it in there. And then you'll, put it back in the front. SD card. Select which one you want to print, and it'll go printing. Or you can print via Wi-Fi. Once you get all of that set up via Klipper, or you can print via USB. All right. We're having too much fun. Okay, so hopefully we are, again, set up here. Now, one thing I'm going to do, I do have some BIQU filament that I don't think they sent this to me. I think this is something I bought because I actually do like their filament. They've got pretty good filament. So that's just a note here. So I do have some of their filament. It is black, so it's not the prettiest color for... I wonder if I have any of their blue filament. Their blue filament is rather nice. And I've printed with it before on one of these streams. And yeah, I'm squatting down here behind the table, and you can't see me, nanny nanny boo boo. But I have some of their black filament. I'm going to print with that. I know, not the best for a live stream, but hey, it's BIQU's printer. Let's use their filament. So I'm going to go ahead, pop this on here. And I'm going to put that on there. And they said they just want me to go ahead and insert it anyway. There's no place in those instructions that I need to heat things up first. Did I make it too sharp? I made it too sharp. Okay. Let's go ahead and put that in there. I cannot get it through their filament sensor. There it goes. Okay. Hey, Brian, did your filament sensor line up with their extruder? There it goes. It's just a little bit off. A little screwdriver fixes it up. They are using the more advanced extruder here. I'm not showing you what I'm doing. I'm a complete noob to this. There we go. So here's the filament sensor. This motor is already hot. Warm, I should say. So filament goes in here. They are using the double-sided extruder, so it grabs from both sides. Now I just have to get it through the Bowden tube. Yeah, it does line up pretty well. No, when I said it wouldn't fit in, it was just because mine had a little twist on the end. All right, so that is pushed all the way in. And I do like this curve here that it's got is nice. It did line up well. I don't want to give the wrong impression. It didn't line up perfectly because there's a tiny gap there. So it gives a little bit of room. All right, there we go. And then, apparently, there's something called a mesh that I need to do. At least that's what these people keep telling me. So let's see if I back off here. Bed mesh and save. Maybe that's it. Let's try that. All right, let's do that mesh. Let's not make a mesh of it. Or maybe we do want to make a mesh of it. Is that what we're talking about? Now we're going to line up. Yeah, we're lining up. Yeah, there's nothing to line up. I thought it was going to actually line up on some points on here. There's no points. So that is working well. And back to the refreshing beverage while it does this. Appreciate all you guys sticking around. 67 viewers in the live stream. I expect to have a lot more people watch this back tomorrow. So if you're watching this back tomorrow, whatever tomorrow is for you, thanks for watching this back. Now, I really mean that. Thanks for watching. I hope you're enjoying this. Sorry you missed the giveaways, but I am glad that you have been able to come and watch this on your own convenient time period. And again, if you are an Ender 5, Ender 5 Plus user, Big Tree Tech boards in particular, notice how I'm tying that in here. If you use Big Tree Tech boards on your Ender 5 or Ender 5 Plus, I've just released new firmware. Go check that out on my Facebook or my YouTube community page. Thank you very much, Jay Trower. I appreciate that. Now I need to set my Z offset. Thank you, Brian. How would you suggest I do that without starting a print? Brian. There's the question of, does it support dual Z? It does look like it supports dual Z, and I'll tell you why. On the back side here, there are 2 screw holes on this side, and there is another slot down here to stick another Z wire through. So I think they may have a Z add-on kit in the works. All right, so as Brian just stated, it is, I believe, time to start a print. So let's do that. I'm going to pass in front of my camera here. Now let's go ahead and pick a print. I'm going to let the audience decide. But I do want you to see what you're deciding on. There we go. All right, so we go in here, we go SD card. Now we have, oh wow, okay, so we have test 1 level. That sounds like a good thing to start with. Should we do a level test? Leveling print, circle print, and a boat. Okay, do I have the same thing? I do have the same thing. Well, let's do the leveling print. Make sure we're good and level. We don't have to keep going. But we'll do that while I do my Z offset. And it is a good way to just make sure that everything is set up correctly. Just straight to the Iron Man mask. I like it. I like it. Let's go ahead and do this one first. That will allow me to set my Z offset. Notice I do like the display. Notice it says we are at 36, we're going to 60. That's nice. Can you advise on TPU filament on the Ender 5 Plus with the Capricorn Bowden? Yes, you can print with TPU as long as it's not too flexible. I've printed with TPU just fine on my Ender 5 the way it is. Now I do have obviously the all metal hot end, but that shouldn't matter. Okay. All right, so we can, after we've started printing, we can go back into here and tune and then set our offset. So once we start printing, I will come back in here to set the offset. There you go. What's got on? Updates the offset, reboot. Okay. Early B1s didn't have the screw holes for the second Z add-on. Mine was the same way. Okay, this one does have the screws. It's kind of promising, but they should have added Klipper screen as a default, not as an add-on. Okay, well, that's good feedback to them. But given how much this screen costs versus a Klipper screen, I have to say I don't think that there's going to be... so right now it does look like the full bed is on while I'm talking, but I don't think that this costs so much. Klipper screen would have been a lot more expensive. So if you wanted it in this price range, I think it's safe to say you didn't pay a lot for this screen. If you want the nicer screen, I don't think you paid much for this. So I don't think it really cost you too much more. Also, stock extruder stepper has a gear pressed on it. Is advisable to replace the one that came with my crowding mount. Okay. Oh, I think we're talking about the Ender 5 Plus again. The stock extruder stepper has a gear pressed on it. So if you have one of those with the gear pressed on it, then I would advise to either get you a gear puller, which will allow you to pull that off of that motor and save the motor, or you can just buy you an inexpensive stepper motor to replace it. That's not a bad idea. But you can remove it. I've got one of their screens too, so we can test that out as well. Yep. Yes, but hey, a gear in the chat they're saying a gear puller costs the same as the stepper, but yes, a gear puller though is reusable. So that's a good thing to keep in mind. It is reusable, whereas the stepper is a single-use device. How do you get the Android tablets to start the web interface on startup? Well, that's an Android thing. Ender 5 Plus is a great little machine. Love mine. Thank you very much. I didn't have anything to do with it, but I'm glad my videos hopefully help you out a little bit. All right, it does look like we're ready to begin. We're at 200 on the nozzle. Yep, here we go. Print is beginning. And we are starting. Let me go ahead and do to the tune menu and do the offset. We are actually pretty good there. No, we're too low. I'm just raising it up a little bit. Trying to remember if I'm supposed to be positive or negative on the Z offset. Otherwise I'm going to damage something. There we go. It's supposed to be positive. This was negative. I think mine is supposed to be positive a little bit. Let's find out. I'm getting there. I'll let you know what it is when I'm done. I just want to focus on this so I don't scratch up my bed. These zigzags are great. I like it. I don't think mine was off that much to begin with. Probably went a little overboard on how much I actually needed to do with it. Yeah. Using that feeler gauge, it looks like my offset looks really good at 0.1. Positive 0.1. Looks really good. That light on the tool head is nice. I will tell you right now, I am really, really liking it. It makes it really easy to see under what would have otherwise been a dark spot on the bed. So yeah, that's a win for me. I like the, yeah. I used a 0.18. 0.18. And my offset is 0.1. Yeah, I mean I could go a little closer, but I think it's good. I'm going to save it at 0.1. All right. Yeah, is it loud? No, I can't hear it. I mean, it's really, really quiet. And my fan at this point is at 100%. It's a really quick print, obviously. There's some noise on that print because of you know, me trying to adjust with it, but that's what it's there for. If anyone can help Jared out in the chat, give him the model number or any ideas on which one to buy for a Creality stepper. I don't know if you can post links, but I appreciate it. See, I'm gonna get close to this so you can hear. It is really quiet. It just stopped, but the fans are still on. But it's really quiet. There we go. Okay, there we go. That is done. Pull it out. These lines are super clean. Let me see if I can just pull this right off. Yep. Looks great. There you go. I left a little bit of mark on here when I was adjusting it, but it's not bad. It didn't do any damage. But looks great. Let's go ahead while it's still warm and do our next print. I'm not worried about the circle. We're going to go ahead straight to the boat and print that boat. All right, so this one's actually a lower bed temp for whatever reason. They've got this at a 50 C bed temp, and then the nozzle's probably going to be very similar. Grab a Snickers bar. I don't know, do I need a Snickers bar? Are you trying to say something, Brian? Do I need a Snickers? All right, it's trying to drop the temp at this point, 55 to 50. And if I need to bump up the temps to go faster, I will. How fast can we go with this printer? Well, as I was mentioning earlier, I have not done the acceleration tuning, so we won't be able to really test the quality with the acceleration tuning. We'll do that. I'll do that at another time in another video. But this is just going to be just Klipper without tune. 20,000 acceleration and 400 meters. Is that millimeters? Is it millimeters light speed? Millimeters per second? Oh, I'm playing into this too much at this point. All right, where are we? Any minute now, it should start heating up that nozzle. Did it give up? Have we given up on for some reason? Interesting. The bed is still being heated. I'm not seeing the nozzle heat. Oh, there it goes. Okay, now the nozzle's going. So it's basically an Ender 3 with Klipper. It has a BL Touch installed, or the very tiny version of a BIQU Touch. It's got dual fans, which is fantastic. It's got a stepper drive, an extruder that is the clamping from both sides kind. So no, it's quite a bit of an upgrade from a Ender 3. Glad that mosquito is in here. I'm gonna have to kill it. All right. So no, and it's got a removable build plate, which is really nice too. So, is it plain BIQU PLA? Yes, this is there. This is their BIQU PLA Matte Black. There he goes. BIQU PLA Matte Black. All right. Jay Trower says we can repurpose the CV1 to play retro games. Totally true. It will play a lot of retro games. BIQU? Oh, thanks, Brian. I've been saying BIQU this whole time. It's BIQU. Okay, good to know. Hello, Megavolt Meister. How you doing? Thanks for joining the stream. Appreciate it. We got 71 people. That's most people we've had the entire stream. Thank you, everyone, for joining. We're going to start this oversized benchy now. We're going to do a prime line. Hopefully, we're going to do a prime line. There, it's coming out. All right. All right, and I'm really happy with that offset. It's really nice. Like Brian was saying, this benchy is going to be a little bit oversized. I see why you think that light is weird. It does look weird on the video, but when you're looking underneath it, it's a little bit more useful than that. So I see why you were saying that. Yeah, if you haven't, like I said, I have not done a live stream in a while. I forgot to tell you to hit that bell. Let people know that we are live on a Tuesday night streaming. It's almost 10, and as soon as this first layer goes down, I'm about to crank this baby up, and we're going to see what we can do. And there's BIQU. BIQU has joined this channel. BIQU is just in time to see the benchy. Thanks for joining us. I appreciate it. Everyone so far has been real impressed with what we've seen so far. It's a nice machine, and it is printing extremely quiet. So we are just starting the base of this benchy. And what we're going to do is once this first layer goes down, I'm going to crank it up because we don't have all night. And I'm going to see how fast we can get this machine going. Now that BIQU is here, maybe they can give us some feedback on how fast they're safe me printing this if I crank up the temperature a little bit. Maybe they have some settings that they would recommend if I just wanted to go fast. But I am going to finish this first layer. First layer is going down really well. Obviously, you can't see it as well as I can. I will get you closer here in a minute. Oh, thanks, Jared. Thanks for coming by. Let me go ahead and get you a little closer as we're going with this. There we go. Got that nice. Let me crank up the brightness here a little bit. Because it's looking really good. There's a little brighter. There's a lot brighter. Let's do that. I like that. Now you can see what's going on. What's the price? I believe we said it earlier. What, $269, $259 is what we said? $369, that's what I meant. 3, not 2, sorry. $369 for pre-order. And it is going on the, are we on the second layer yet? Not quite yet, I don't think. It's going down really, really nice though. Very clean. Very nice first layer, second layer at this point. All right. Yeah, Ender 3 build size, that's correct. All right. I'm going to start cranking this up. If BIQU would like to chime in on how fast they think I should be able to take this, they're welcome to. Obviously, like I said, no accelerometer installed. There's no extra, thing to make this nice. So, anyway, Brian is filling us in on some details here. It's got Klipper, Crown's Nest, Moonraker, mainsail, running on Debian Linux. But it is down. Listen, you've wondered how loud it is. Fans are at 67%, so I'll show you that in a minute. Let's go ahead. I'm going to crank up. What is the... Let me look at the temperature range on this filament so I make sure that... It's not going to matter as much when I go fast, but I am curious because it lets me know what the... So range on this filament anyway is 225. So this has got quite the range anyway. Let's see. Let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and tune it. Nope, not tune. Control. Where do they have temp? There it is. Temperature is somewhere else. So we're going to go ahead and take this up. Let's go ahead and take it up to 220. Again, please understand what I'm about to do. I'm about to go faster than it is sliced for. I am about to go faster than it really should be going, considering the fact that we haven't done any acceleration tuning. Please understand that. But it is a late night print. So far, everything has been going fantastic. This print is looking absolutely gorgeous at this point. I just did the nozzle temp. We're up to 220. Now let's go ahead, and I'm going to go ahead and turn up the speed. Let's go 100 and let's do 125%. and we'll see how that goes. All right, that's not that impressive. All right, that's not much. Let's go a little bit faster. Let's go 150%. All right, now it's at 150%. Let's give it a second. Yeah, that's 150%. BQ, you want to weigh in on speed here before I go much faster? We're at 220 with your filament. This is running the BIQU black, matte black filament. We're at 220. And it's looking really good. It is moving speedily. I'm giving it some time, all right. Let's go ahead. We'll take it up to 175. I'm going to bump the temperature up a little bit more. And go bump the temp up to 225. I don't think BQ's commented on the speed here yet. This is looking great. I'm really happy with it. Still doing just fine. The fan is at 100% now. All right. Dan wants me to take it straight to 225. There's no skipping at all yet. No. Is there any skipping yet? Not at all. If I heard skipping, I'd back it off a little bit. But we're not there yet. Let's take it up. We'll do 200%. All right, 200%. It is running really, really smooth. And the noise, let me get close to it. The noise is like non-existent. Like sound-wise, noise-wise, I mean, it's really, really quiet. Yeah, look at it go. All right, I guess we're going faster. We're going to take the temperature up to 230. All right, 230 on the extruder. No way for me to tell exactly how fast it's going, but all right, now that it's hit 230, let's go, let's just go 250 and see what it does. So we're at 250 now. There's absolutely no skipping going on. I'm not seeing any slowing down yet at all on the extrusion. No stringing. It's a little bit louder because the motors are running faster. Oh yeah, I didn't set up the web interface first. All right, we'll do that later. I'll do it just for you. I'll do this again. I'll figure out what our max speed was, and I'll do it again, and I will post it. But, I mean, as you can see, it's, I mean, I don't know what else to say. It's just running smooth. This is running at 250% speed at 230 degrees. No I don't hear any slipping of anything. I'm looking at the extruder up here, and I'm not seeing any problems pushing out the filament either. Yes, it does have an Ethernet port, David. Thanks for asking. Some stringing in the back corner. Maybe a little. All right, let's go. All right, just because I'm careful, I'm going to go ahead and take the temperature up 5 more. We'll go 235 on the temp. And once it hits that, I'm going to take it up to 300. And we're going to see if it can go the distance at 300, because this is really quick at this point. All right, we've hit it. All right, we are at 300 speed. What you think? So according to Keith's math, this may be running at about 180 millimeters per second. And here, let me get close. Let me go to the other side so I don't block the view and give you an idea of the sound. So I'm right up next to it, as you can see in the lower left there. It is very, very quiet. How many millimeters? Probably about 180. That's what we're rough mathing it. On a bed slinger. Obviously, hey, keep in mind, bed slinger, we're not going far. So it may not be getting up to that speed. No way to tell, really, since I didn't set up the UI. Yeah, I think it's generous too. I don't think it's getting that fast. We're not oh, here we go. Starting to print those top layers. Well, this has, I mean, we'll see how the part cooling is, because we do have the dual fans. We've got a fan on each side. They are small fans, but if they've got the direction on that airflow set up good, then I won't worry about it. Well, it's keeping up, that's for sure. It's not slipping at all. I'm not seeing the extruder slip. I'm not hearing anything slip. I'm not hearing the bed or the either the X or the Y slip on me. No layers that are off. See, what have we already given away while this just goes nuts over here? So we have so far given away 1, 2, 3 coupons and 1 extruder. So we got 2 coupons and 1 extruder left to go. There you go. What do you think? Let's, BQ has been in the chat with us for a little bit now. Let BQ know what you think of it, just from what you've seen. Obviously, let's not go crazy. There's no full review here. Brian is still testing it. I am going to be doing some more tests on it and posting on my Instagram or some YouTube shorts as well. So if you want to see more, let BQ know what you think. Let me know what you think of it and if you'd like to see more on this printer. Do we have any people in the chat? And I'm putting myself on the spot here, and I realize I've just done that. But is there anyone in the chat that is considering pre-ordering this machine after seeing this little preview? Let me know. Dan, I guess you can't count. I mean, unless you're going to pre-order a second one. I'm impressed how smooth it runs. And this is without acceleration tuning, which I can't wait to do the acceleration tuning to see how much that has to do on it. Do a speed benchy on this thing. But it is cranking on these top layers. I like some of these comments, guys. I am reading them all. I tell you, this layer isn't looking fantastic, but it is the first layer going down really fast. So I'll have to look at the subsequent layers to really get a good idea of what they look like. Again, please consider that we are doing this without any acceleration tuning at 300% speed. I can't wait to see what happens when we slice it properly and get that acceleration tuned. So we'll have to see how many top layers they put down. That'll be interesting for the overall quality of the benchy. Yeah, and that's what I was seeing, Brian. Brian's mentioning at 100% speed as opposed to 300% speed, which is what I'm doing. He was saying that the layers were absolutely just beautiful. And that's what I was seeing before I went full speed here. And I think these layers may turn out nice by the time it gets to the top layer of the layers. But they're a little thin going this speed without any further tuning. I haven't had time to tune the filament temperature for this speed. This is just really cranking it out faster than it's than it's tuned for. This is live stream speeds. But it is, as these layers go down, as these top layers go down, it's looking even better, given how fast we're printing this. Yeah, these top layers are still going down really nice considering the speed. I would love one more layer. We'll see how many layers they printed it with. I'm not sure if this one will have another layer. But I'm just overall, I'm impressed with the fluidity of the printing. Oh, it is have another layer on top of here, I think. Very nice. I'm impressed with the fluidity of the machine. It moves very smooth. There's no sharp, jarring motions, even without the acceleration tuning. And it just overall just, it's very quiet, and it's actually really nice to listen to. And it does have the accelerometer included, which I showed you guys early on. There's the accelerometer. It does come with that. It does come with instructions on how to tune that. So I will be doing that after this, because I can't wait to actually see how that does. let's go ahead. I know some of you have been waiting on the final giveaway. I don't want to make you have to wait till the very end of the stream to get that. So let's go ahead. If you haven't entered the giveaway, the final giveaway, we've got 2 more coupons, $5 off $25. We have 1 more extruder to give away. So please go ahead, enter if you haven't already, and which is the pinned post. So if you check out the pinned post in the chat, and then go ahead and enter if you want to. We've got, let's see how many people entered here. Oh, I got to turn it back on. Sorry. All right, it's turned back on. We have 56 people currently entered. I'm assuming a lot more of you will come. If you haven't entered the giveaway, I am accepting entries again. Sorry, I forgot to do that. Please put the entries in now, and I will go ahead and draw here in just a minute. Go ahead and enter this one last drawing, and then I want to see who are the hardcore folks who are going to stick around to the very end of this benchy to see what it looks like. I'm really impressed. I'm looking at it from this angle. It looks fantastic. I'm loving this build plate. It just really looks nice. So go ahead, enter the giveaway if you want to. Let's get some more likes, as Dan says. We need some more likes on this video. Everything should be good. Let me know if let me make sure it's accepting. Yep, we've got 59 people entered in. We've got 3 more prizes. We got 60 people. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. This has been a fantastic Tuesday night live stream. I'm very happy to be back. Yes, every like means more millimeters. It has been fantastic to be back doing a live stream. I've got at least 2 or 3 more live streams coming up, and that's not even talking about the things that that's not even talking about the things that I plan to do on my own. I've got 3 more live streams, or two more live streams scheduled from just other printer manufacturers who have sent me things. And everyone, please tell BIQU thank you for sending me this printer. They worked out a special deal with me on this, so that you're going to see some more content on my other social medias, not just YouTube. You're going to see some stuff on Twitter and on Instagram. So thank you, BIQU, for sending this over. Please let everyone please send your thanks over to them, and we'll do more of these. Also, BIQU, I've just published my Ender 5, Ender 5 Plus. I know that's not your printer, but it's your boards. A lot of your boards I've just published firmware for the Ender 5 and Ender 5 Plus. So if you're running a Big Tree Tech main board in any of your Ender 5 machines, go check out my post on YouTube community page or on the Facebook page. See, that's a good question, Tom. That's the question I want answered. Where can I get my all-metal heat break for this? Where can I get an all-metal hot end for this printer? And the other question is, when am I getting my bigger one? Because this would be a fantastic printer, you know, 350 by 350, 400 by 400. I would love to see some accelerometer tuning on a big 400 by 400 millimeter bed. That would be fantastic. So BIQU, please keep that in mind. And thank you everyone for thanking BIQU. I appreciate that. I'm going to go with another sip of I'm out of beverage. So watch this for just a second, and I'm going to top off my beverage. The beauty of being in the garage is being able to top off your beverage. But since I'm not advertising for the beverage company, I will be doing that off stage. So thank you all for sticking around. And as soon as I get back, we will go ahead and do that final drawing. So everybody, please, 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 make sure that you have already signed up, because I'm about to close that. What's the biggest bed slinger? I've got two 400 by 400 bed slingers, but neither of them are BIQUs. I don't know what BIQU's biggest bed slinger is. It is still open, and people are entering. So let me double check. Yep, I've got 65 people in this so far. We're up to almost 75 people viewing this video, so it is going good. CR10 does have a 500, but it's not recommended because the whole bed is not heated. Only the center part of it is. It is a 500 millimeter bed slinger, but there we go. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate that. Good to see you, Andrew. Thanks for commenting. 74 people viewing, 68 likes. Can we get a few more likes? Can we at least get those equal? How about we hit equal likes to the number of concurrent viewers I'm seeing, and I'll do the giveaway. Incentive. So, we can get, there we go, there's 70 likes for 74 viewers. Let's do it. There it is. The B1 SE Plus is 310 by 310 by 340. Good to know. Oh, there we go. We passed it. We've got 75 likes, 73 viewers. Thank you all very, very much. Yes, bed slingers are typically slower because they're moving around the bed. All right, here we go. Let's go ahead and do this while this keeps going at crazy cool speeds. Let's go ahead. I will. You know, I have to admit, the bottom of this printer, I just heard the fan in the base just kicked on. And the bottom of the printer is getting warm. The base of the printer is a little warm in spots. But the fan did cut on, so I'm getting a little bit more noise, but I think it's because we're pushing the controller a lot faster, which I just love that. I love the fact that we're pushing the controller and making it having to work harder. But it's killing it. I can't wait to show you the end result, because I know you can only see so much while it's printing, so that'll be cool. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and do the drawing here, which will make me switch over. But I will go ahead and do all my cut and pasting over now. I'm going to close the entries. We've got 65 people entered. I'm going to go ahead, pull everyone out. Again, if you've already won, you cannot win again. I'm cutting and pasting everyone out. We have 65 people entered in this one. I'm going to go ahead and let me bring up my wheel of names. Okay. Let's go ahead and find my chat. This is just, it's flying. I've got some strings here and there from just, you know, stringing because the retraction's not set to go this fast. But other than that, the print is actually still looking amazingly good considering how fast we're going. Anyway, let's go ahead. I'm going to do screen share. As soon as I see the screen share up here, we're going to draw 3 more names. We're going to do the first 2 are going to be the coupons. So we got 2 more coupons. And then the last one is going to be, the final extruder. So let's do this. We're going to shuffle, 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 and go. Oh no, Dan, you get a coupon. Let me hear it, Dan. Let me hear that you're here. I know you're here, but I want to hear it. Dan's been sticking around the whole time. Dan says re-roll. Okay, Dan's not going to take the coupon. Dan's going to be a gracious YouTuber. We'll go ahead and re-roll that. But Dan, we're going to have to remove you. Let's do it again. We're going to shuffle, 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 and we're going to spin. Dan's good people. I agree with that. Mega Voltmeister. Does Mega Voltmeister want a $5 coupon? If so, I'm pretty sure he's still here. Let me see it. As soon as I see it, I will know that you are here. There we go. Sure. Why not? Get you a new main board. Get you some sensors. I don't know. Maybe a roll of filament. Whatever you want. I'm going to sign you up for that coupon. All right. So we've got one more coupon to go. So let's remove him. We're going to do this again. We're going to say shuffle, 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 and do it. Shawdell 3D. I think Shawdell has already won a coupon, so we're going to have to remove Shawdell this time. We're going to do shuffle, 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 and we're going to do it again. Final coupon. Is there a Kenneth Singh in the audience? Is there a Kenneth? Kenneth, do you get the final coupon of the evening? There he is. There's a Kenneth. Congratulations, man. I hope you use it on a nice new main board, or I don't know. I haven't checked with them. Hey, BQ, can they use this to buy the printer? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe they'll be able to use it on the printer. Get their $5 off the $370 printer. Oh, he needs an Octopus Pro. That's a very good use of this. All right. The last thing I have to ask of BQ. BQ, if you would, please let us know what time is the pre-order going live. Can you let us know what time the pre-order is going live? And then here is the final one of the evening. We're going to shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. This is for that final V2 extruder from BQ, or Big Tree Tech, whoever's branding this one. All right, here we go. There we go. I think the countdown on the order page at the top is for when it's over, when the pre-order is over, not when it starts. Do we have a Tom Taylor? Is there a Tom Taylor in the house that would like a brand new extruder? Let's see. I think someone was able to @ Tom. Waiting for there's a Tom Taylor. Tom Taylor, do you want the extruder? Can I give that to you, or can I let BQ give that to you? Let's see. I think Tom Taylor said yes. That was a big yes for yes, please send that to me. Oh, yes, it is a big yes. All right. So we're now going to Control-C that, and we're going to copy that over. And I really appreciate all of you coming by. But I know that that wasn't what everyone was here for. That was a thank you from BQ for joining the stream tonight. And let's go back to here. That's what everyone's here for. That was just a thank you from BQ and from myself for joining us tonight. This is what everyone's here for. Everyone wants to see how this goes. So please make sure you stick around if you want to see the end of this benchy. We're getting there, and we're getting there fast. Let's see, we haven't even been going 3 hours now, and this benchy is just killing it at this point. Yes, thank you, BQ. Thanks for joining us. I'm still waiting to hear from BQ. I don't think they've mentioned when the pre-order starts. We know when it ends because they've got that timer. I don't think they have a limited number, but my guess is they probably will be shipping them out in the order they're received, or at least that's usually how they do it. So, Shaudell tried to get away with 2 coupons, but Shaudell will be getting 1. But I appreciate you watching the entire time. Very nice of you. Thanks for sticking around. This is just killing it, though. I'm still really impressed with how quiet it is. Let's see, can I get any closer while it's printing? I'm going to have to turn up that, brightness one more time. I'm pushing the camera here because I'm zoomed all the way in. Actually, before I do that, nope, that's the minimum f-stop. All right. Now that's all we're getting out of the camera. There we go. We got a little bit of stringing there, which is not surprising given how fast we're printing. And again, given how fast we're printing and we're over, and this is basically what, overclocking your printer. This is a stock machine from BIQU using a stock test print that I have bumped up the temperature on the filament to 235 and I've bumped up the speed to 300%, and it's just cranking. No PID either, you're absolutely right. I was worried that by cranking up the temperature on that hot end that my PID tuning was going to be off. As Brian is saying, mine is catching up to his. Brian mentioned he's been printing for about 2 hours, but he's printing oh so smooth and oh so nice at 100% speed, and I've cranked it up. This is overclocking the printer, basically. That's my opinion. You know, basically you've taken a stock printer, printing at a stock speed, and you're saying, no, I don't want to print at that speed. I want to go faster. Sure, something might not be as, you know, something might crash a little, but who cares? This is just, I mean, wish I could show you the extruder just turning back here. I mean, it is just, not only that, but because you're overclocking it, I'm going to keep using that term here, and I know it's not proper, but anyway, because you're overclocking, because you're saying go 300% faster, everything goes 300% faster, including the extrusions. So this thing is like popping back. It's just like popping those extrusions back. Those retractions are just going nuts. But my motors are doing really well. The extruder motor is not overheating. It's not any hotter than this X motor is. I mean, it's, if I put my finger in there, I'm going to hurt myself. I like what Mitch is thinking. Mitch is saying that stepper pulses are a clock signal in a way. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with that. We're you know, all sorts of clocks. I mean, I can honestly say I don't think I've ever printed a 300 millimeter or 300% speed benchy that looks this good. Even if it doesn't turn out perfectly, I've never printed one that looks this good at this speed. Now, obviously, I don't have any of those fancy Vorons at this point in my life, but I definitely think, someone pointed out, I do think that this matte black filament is also making it look nicer. This is BIQU's filament, which I do like, and I do purchase myself off of Amazon. So if you're interested in the filament, I have this filament in the link in the description. So go check that out. Pricing on the PLA, what's it like, $25? I don't want to, go check it out. It's in the description. Follow the link. You'll find out. That's an affiliate link. Go click on that thing. You know how it is. Particularly if you want to buy it. No breaking, no rules. No, the printer actually isn't shaking the table. I think I'm shaking the table. Let me see. Yeah, the printer is shaking the table a little bit. I can see that the camera is shaking a little bit at this point because it's just vibrating. Particularly when it's doing that thing where it has the vibration in the front, there is obviously a little bit of resonance going on. Sorry about that. Not much I can do. I had to attach it to the table a little bit. Keeps it from falling over. Is the printer silent or muted? Watch this. Watch. Here's what I'm going to do. Let me take off my mic here for a second. So the mic is now next to the printer. Brian, I'll get you back for that one. Don't worry. Calling my camera arm janky. It's a perfectly fine camera arm, thank you. Pre-order starts. Yeah, I know it starts at 10. It starts tomorrow, but I don't know what time, unless just midnight Pacific Daylight Time. All right. Anyway, as Brian pointed out, I was interviewing the printer, and you couldn't hear me talk anyway. So that was it. That was how loud it was. That was right up against the printer. Yeah, there you go. Jay Trower said he just bought the dark blue PLA from the link for $14.99 a spool. So I love their dark blue. I like their matte black. I have had fantastic luck with their filament. That's personal experience. I've bought several rolls from them. It's really good. So go check out their filament. $14.69. So how are we doing? It is doing really well here. Apparently things in the UK are more expensive. Not really surprising right now. Any questions? You got questions. I'll do my best to have answers. Let me go get a seat real fast. All right. Any questions? Anything? How can you test for a bad drive? A bad hard drive? There are computer application. Oh, driver. Okay, sorry. Bad driver. Hook up a motor to it, particularly an X or a Y that don't require you to have the extruder heated, and then just try to move it. Just a known stepper motor, hook it up to that driver, go into your menu and try to move it around, see if it works. That's how I'd test it. Yeah, the extruder, you'll hear from, let me find out what information BIQU needs from me, and I will send that to you. I've got your email address, which you put into the form. I will get your contact information, your shipping information. I will get that over to BIQU, and they will get you your extruder directly, not from me. I will not be shipping it to you. They will be shipping it to you. But you'll hear from me now. You'll hear from me. So wait for an email. I don't know if I'll get it to you tonight or tomorrow. Guys, I'm going to take a quick bio break. Anyway, give me a minute, guys. I'm going to take a quick bio break, and I will be back in just a moment. I'm going to let you watch this, and enjoy. Everyone stick around, though, please. I'm not going to be gone long. Stick around, because I know everyone wants to see what this looks like when it's done, and I want you to see it. So I'll be right back. talk amongst yourself. Let me give you a topic. Okay, I don't have a topic. I think this is the topic. All right, all right, all right. All right, what's been going on? All right, here we are, all back to it. Most people have stuck around. We still got 54 people, 55 people still watching. Thank you very much for sticking it out. Where are we at? We're almost above the front of the bow of the ship. Still a lot of stringing because, again, we are retracting way too fast. So we would expect to see the stringing. That's normal. In fact, I actually wonder if I could turn down the temperature. I don't know if the temperature I'm printing at is necessary because I'm hearing a little bit of popping, and I don't know if that's from wet filament. We heard everything. Okay. Yeah, you are the diehard fans, that's for sure. But anyway, I'm wondering if it needs to be that high, or I'm wondering if I'm hearing that popping because of the retract, like it's popping that filament out of the end of that extruder. That may be what I'm hearing because it's retracting so quickly. Yeah, that's what I want to see. So pay attention. Like I said, if you make sure you follow me on Instagram, make sure you're following me on Twitter, Kersey Fabs on all the socials. I think pretty soon I'm probably going to be Kersey Fabs here on YouTube as well. They're implementing something called handles, and I think I'll probably choose Kersey Fabs there just because it's easy to remember and not as long to type out as Kersey Fabrications. As I said, this thing, as fast as it's printing, I'm really impressed. The extruder is doing really well. Filament's keeping up. So, again, check out the filament. We over 30 minutes? Probably are over 30 minutes at this point. No, those bed LEDs are flickering like that. That is exactly what the bed LEDs are doing. That's not a camera trick. Here's one thing I wanted to do. Let's try this. I'm sorry for all of you people listening loud enough for your assistants to hear this. But anyway, okay, Google, turn off the studio lights. Okay, Google, turn off the garage overhead lights. There you go. Check that out. That's what that light does. I really like that. I like that. We can print in the dark, have this great nude lighting. We can go a little bit darker. Okay, Google, turn off track lighting and all backtrack lighting. There we go. Now we're talking. Hardcore darkness. I like it. All right. Okay, Google, turn on all garage lights. There we go.
Sorry, it looks like the top shelf light isn't available right now.
Apparently I need to fix the top shelf light. All right. All right, we're back. The skull behind me is glaring. It's not a skull. That's a Moon Knight mask. Nice. Walter, man, you are really hanging out. I appreciate that. 4:35 a.m. Where are you, Walter? I haven't caught you saying where you are right now. Where are you at 4:35 a.m.? Netherlands. Well, welcome from Netherlands. I'll be happy to pronounce that as well as I can. God, I can't wait to visit one day. Really want to go to that whole region. I'd like to spend several months there. It would be very, very nice. But I need to go at the right time of the year. I'm a big fan of being able to sleep at night. Well, I don't really like sleeping at night. I like sleeping in the morning. So I just need to be there when there's morning, nighttime hours. 4:35. JG in South Africa, hanging out. Both of you, thank you very much. Same time zone, hanging out. I appreciate that. Very cool of you. 10:30 in the cold Midwest. It is 10:37 here. Yeah, I'm with you, Dan. This as a print farm printer, that might be really dangerous to have a bunch of these as a print farm. And given the price, you could buy, what, 2 of them for every one of the, why am I drawing a blank? The usual print farm printer. Yeah, so you could fill up a print farm twice as fast with a couple of these and probably get them out a lot faster. So, yeah, that's a good idea. I like the idea of pulling them out as a print farm. Okay, BQ, if you're listening, there we go. See, BQ, it is 10:37 in the morning. Yep, we are exactly 12 hours different. It is tomorrow already in China. Hey, BQ, I know you're listening. I want all the accessories for this. Send me over a care package of all the accessories. It looks like you're going to have a second Z kit. You're going to have a webcam. You're going to have the new extruder. Particularly if that extruder, I can put the all metal hot end on. I mean, this is really nice. I like it. Yeah, first impressions of these printers are often really good because you're only printing the the sample print. But I'm printing the sample print at 3 times the recommended speed, and it's just cranking it out. One thing I'm really impressed is that with this extruder, this is obviously a Bowden extruder, but yet it is not having any problems printing at this speed. Oh right, thank you BB's 3D. Need the bigger screen. I might have one of those that I haven't actually used, that I don't know if they sent me or if I purchased myself. There's quite a bit of them sending me things and me purchasing things. Because I buy parts from them and they send me parts. So, but anyway, Jay Trower, thank you for coming by and thanks for staying so long. You'll see images of this on all of my socials. So if you want to see how it turned out, I'll probably post some high-res prints on various social media platforms. Thanks for spending all night with me. It's been a pleasure. And I think I'm gonna go. I'll get all this set up. I'll get the Klipper set up the way it's supposed to be. I will make sure that I get my slicer set up and that I slice it at the proper speeds. The HDMI port is not on the back of the printer, but there was an HDMI port in the printer. So you just pop that bottom off like I showed. Oh, you said night to someone else? Oh, you said night to G-Ready Prints. Okay. Sorry, I hope I didn't miss G-Ready Prints who is saying good night. Good night, G-Ready. So yeah, so if you want that HDMI port, it is inside the printer and you can access it via the internal port and then run it out probably one of these holes. Anyway, if you are thinking about purchasing this, I do have my affiliate link in the description of this video. I think that will work, although my affiliate link doesn't go to the exact same domain that they have set up. BQ, if you could make sure that the affiliate links work, even though it's a BQ address and not a Big Tree Tech address, I'd really appreciate that. But if you are thinking about buying it, please check out my affiliate link. If you are thinking about this filament, which we found out is going for like $14.95 for their blue, or under $14.95, $14.69 or something, whatever it was. Go check that out on Amazon. Sebastian, and I hope I'm not butchering that. Sebastian is wondering, BQ, is there any plans for a Core XY printer? I think everyone wants more Core XY machines. One thing I noticed about BQ is they seem to wait till they have it figured out before they do one. I noticed that with their original bed slingers that they produced. I noticed that with a lot of the boards that they put out, particularly later, that they make sure that they kind of understand it before they do it. So I'm looking forward to if they do a Core XY, it'd probably be a good machine. This one's going to be I think this one's going to be a lot of fun to play with. As many of you may have known, I have not messed with Klipper on my channel, only due to time considerations, not because I have any problems with Klipper at all. Big Linux fan, do Linux primarily, but I've just stayed away from it because I haven't had time to do it properly. So I'm really impressed with this Klipper experience out of the box. I asked them in the chats when I first received the machine, I'm like, is this for anyone? Do you have to know Klipper? They were very clear that this is for noobs. You don't have to be a Klipper expert. So I think that they've, at least with the very base experience, shown that it works just like a regular printer out of the box. It works really well. The Klipper experience, I'm sure on the web interface, I'm looking to get a chance to use. And one thing also, keep in mind, BIQU is on board with Klipper in terms of being a sponsor of Klipper, being official with Klipper. So they should be abiding by all the copyrights, all the open source licenses. At least that's what I expect for someone that, you know, Klipper is endorsing and they're letting use their logo. So I just wanted to put that out there. So we are nearing the top of our cabin window here. Yep, it is about to bridge this top gap on both of these top windows. And we just bridged. Yep, just bridged both of those windows. Again, we've got some stringing. That's to be expected. But I'm not seeing any missed layers. I'm not seeing any problems where we've missed extrusions. So Brian and I are in a bit of an unintended race now, where he's been printing it for hours at normal speed, and I've been printing it for, what, 45 minutes or so? Maybe? I don't know exactly what time I started printing, but 45 minutes or so at 300% speed, and we're going to see who finishes first. So this is still going along good. We are hopefully going to print. We've already printed the back window. We've already printed the side doors, arches. So now we're just going to print the top of that front window soon. There'll be time to get going on that roof. Hey Paul, how you doing? Good to see you. Things are going well, as you can see by me being able to do a new live stream. Thanks for dropping in. I really appreciate it. This is going to be a good, fun live stream tomorrow for people to catch up on. I'm looking forward to people's reaction after seeing this tomorrow. I mean, it's flying, of course, at this point. It's not having to go very far, and it's all printing. It's not even it's not having to go over that window. It just goes side to side. Anytime now. Up. I think, yep, we're bridging the top of that front window now. Are the letters on the hull? Let me grab my phone and see if I can tell. there are markings. I wouldn't call them letters necessarily, but you can see that it did actually print the back markings on the back of the hull. So, yes, there are letters. Can't say that I can really see them that great, but they're there. There's still that switch on the back. BIQU could comment on what that switch is for. Is that for turning off the outside of the bed, or is that for turning off the whole bed? My guess is that it's for turning off just the outside of the bed, but I'd like to know for sure. All right. We, I think, have started the top of the roof, the back of the roof. That's coming along. We could try to break it at going like 500 or something. Do the end at 500X. I don't know if it'd go that size. Build size, I believe they've said, is 220 by 220 by 270 printable area on this one. So, you know, normal compact printer size. That's a pretty decent vertical given the X and Y. I do like how it's built. I haven't really commented on the construction a whole lot since I built the beginning of it. The construction of this printer is fantastic. Like I showed you in the beginning, once I screwed down the Z's, there's no wobble, and it's extremely square. I pulled out my squares. The square is really good on this machine. Although it's only a single Z, I don't see any wobble in the Z. Like, I move it a little bit, I really don't feel any movement. Oh, there's the roof. That looks great. Just the overall construction is very good. I like the spool holder, very well built. It is metal, and it creates a nice arch for the filament. Overall, just the overall, you know, it looks very good. Is now printing that roof. There's a little bit of sag. That could be tuned out a little bit with slowing down for bridging. It could also be tuned out a little bit by possibly lowering the temperature. I still think my temperature probably doesn't need to be this high. Just a little scared at this point in the game to actually reduce the temperature. I don't want any skipping when we're so close to the end. Brian's might beat me here. Just got to the smokestack. Mine is just on the roof. He's at 94%. Do I have a percentage on mine? Let's find out. I am at 87%. I am at 87%. Oh no, I could catch up. We'll see. We could finish at the same time. That's looking great. Looking great. Doing infill at this point on that roof. I just see the first start of the smokestack that it's doing internally. We are at 88%. I think Brian's going to beat me just barely. Yeah, 95%. Can you print ABS on this? I think you possibly could. I can print ABS or ASA just fine on my Ender 5 Plus, and it's open. I think you could print it on this one. Honestly, if you've got a good build plate that'll hold it down, and this one probably does, you might be just fine. You know, you won't know until you try. going well, going well. 96% from Brian. We are at 89% here. Still think Brian's going to win. I just have the feeling that he's going to edge me out ever so slightly. See, CNC Maker put it in the tent. I've got one of those tents too. I was worried about the electronics overheating though, so I never used it. At least it's in the bottom of the tent, but that's why I never used it. He's at 2 hours and 24 minutes. Does it have the time on here? I'm at 1 hour and 16 minutes. So it looks like, I'm guessing we're about, what, twice the speed of, actual print speed. It's about double. 300% speed equals about half the print time. 97% from Brian. We got 90% here. We're gonna break it. Okay, I just went 350%. We're at 350. 350. I want to try to beat Brian. I don't know if I can at this point, but 350% speed sounds great, right? So 350% speed, we're at 91%. I'm still not hearing any clicking out of this printer. 98% from Brian. All right, last one. 400%. Okay. We're at 400. There it goes. I think I don't know what it is. At this point, it's just going. 92%. 93%. That's as slow as I go. That's as fast as I do it. Brian's at 99. It's doing all smokestack at this point, and it's looking great. I can't complain. Does it abide by that minimum layer time at this point, though? I thought the minimum layer time just had to do with how fast it tried to print each layer. I'm at 94%. 95%. I don't think it has to abide by that layer time anymore. And we're at 96. I know Brian just probably finished. It's all smokestack at this point. And it is not actually just spewing it out. It is actually doing a really reasonable job at it. 97. Up, Mega Voltmeister leaving at the 11 o'clock hour. Have a good night, man. Thanks for joining me the whole time. Appreciate it. 98%. %, 2 hours and 28 minutes. I'm going to be 100% at an hour and 20, 21. Hey, no problem, man. I enjoyed it. Thanks for dropping by. No, not dropping by. Staying by. Staying the whole time. There it goes. And now you can't see it. Finished like a champ. So this one finished 100%, 400% there at the end. 1 hour and 21 minutes. The stack is very nice. It's still warm. There we go. I'm going to let it cool down just for a second. And then we will get it off. Slow benchy. It's not 100% benchy. It's like 150% benchy. So it's not even like, I don't know what it would do at 100% benchy. I guess that's what I get to figure out. No problem, no problem. So let me go ahead. I'm going to fix my camera here first of all, because I do not need it that bright. Let's cut down that camera a little bit. Okay. So I'm sure yours came out extremely nice, because this one for the speed came out great too. So let's go ahead, get it off of here. Oh wow, that came off with no problem. All right, so the first layer, keep in mind, was at normal speed. Go ahead. So the first layer was at normal speed, and it is fantastic. But check this out. This was all at 300. You have a little resonance on there because there wasn't any acceleration tuning. But no skipped lines, no skipped extrusions, no, I mean, this looks better than on most of my printers, printing at like normal speed. We have stringing that occurred in this area. But look at that smokestack, which was all printed at 400%. But check that out. I mean, this is matte filament. Matte filament has a different sheen. I want you guys to get a good look at it, though. I'm not, I pulled off one little string that was in my way. But other than that, this is how it came out. There we go. No missed extrusions. The extruder never skipped a beat. There's the top of that smokestack. So, and you wanted to read the writing on the back. There is writing there. I can't really read it, but that's normal. I do think that the cooling kept up. Like, the only thing I see here is actually from, I think, the direction switching, which should be gone after we do the accelerometer. But there's no cooling artifacts. And these are, I mean, pretty quiet. Any questions? I want everyone to get a good look at it, because you guys have stuck by so long, and almost everybody's still here, so I appreciate it. And there we have it. Underside of the roof. Oh, okay. I can do it. Let's do it. There was a little sagging on the underside of the roof. I don't think I can show it to you. There was a little sagging. And you can see there was a little drop there from that bridge. It's all right. So yeah, there was just a little sagging I saw when it went down. But again, you could fix that in your, you can fix that by slowing it down on bridging, or, there we go. So again, one last thank you to BIQU, or BQ, whatever we've decided on. Thank you, Eric. Thanks for being here. So again, one last thank you to BQ. I really do appreciate you sending this over, working with me on this live stream. I'm glad I was able to get this out. I think this is probably the first look at this printer. At least I hope so. That was a lot of fun. It surpassed my expectations for a first print. I'm really kind of shocked that I was able to print at that kind of speed without really even trying too hard. Just making sure I kept the hot end hot enough. Assembly was easy. Construction of this thing is really, really good. I want the accessories to it now so that I can play with it. It's got some great accessories that they offer. I think Dan mentioned building a farm out of these. Like, I have to agree. I think that given the speed you can get out of these and the quality, I'm really ready to play with the Klipper on here. I mean, basically, what BQ has given you is a out-of-the-box Klipper experience. You're going to be able to access the full web interface. You're going to be able to just do your basic controls with what it comes with. You can install a much nicer display. But those are add-ons, and I don't mind the add-on model because this gets you going with everything you need to have a Klipper printer. And then if you want to spend more money on this upgrade or that upgrade, a nicer extruder, a nicer display, those are on you. I don't think you've wasted a lot of money on their kind of included pieces here. Good night to everyone that's leaving. If I miss you, my apologies. I'm trying to wrap this up. So good night to everyone that stayed, particularly you that are like on the other side of the world, staying up 5 a.m. at this point. Thank you for being here. Again, thanks to BQ for sending this over. I'm really happy with it. Please be sure to continue to follow me on all my other social medias. I can't tell you where I'll post this or that, but I'm going to keep posting about it. Obviously, it's not printing a whole Iron Man helmet. That's unfortunate. But obviously, you still can do things in pieces. I can still print the Iron Man mask on here. Maybe I'll print that next. Whatever you guys want to see, drop me a line in the comments to this video. Drop me a line on any of my social medias. Again, next thing you're going to see on this channel, besides more on this printer, you're going to be seeing, I think I'm going to be doing an interview with Marlin. So if you want to know what's coming with Marlin, not just Klipper, be sure to, stick around the channel. Be sure you're subscribed. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. That would be great. Thinky Head interview, absolutely. Scott is going to be here with me. So, again, thank you, everybody. Thanks for sticking around. It is 11 o'clock where I am, and that'll do it for me. Again, as I always say, I'm Chris. This has been Kersey Fabrications, and I appreciate everyone sticking around with me this evening. I'll have a new live stream coming soon.